Uh, Tilly, for you, just what was the mindset of the team coming out and taking the floor tonight? You guys shot the ball incredibly well there, especially the first 7 or 8 minutes of the first quarter. Just what did you guys talk about the locker room before tonight, and how did you sort of see that self play stuff out early in the game?
Yeah, we just had a mindset that we wanted to come here in this gym and try to play our best basketball. Coach has been telling us that we need to play our whole 40 minutes. And then why not today? And so we wanted to come out there and prove ourselves that we got this and we can stick with this team.
If 13 3-pointers, was there anything that you did differently to maybe open up space available?
Well, we've been working on our offense. I feel like we haven't even executed our offense at its full potential this whole entire season. So really trying to get paint touches. But I told him our goal this week is to make 15 threes. I think that's something that we're capable of. Sometimes we force some mid-range shots or we force some shots, contested layups at the rim when we're getting doubled and triple teamed. And we shared the ball a lot better tonight. And that was one of the focuses this week. We can shoot the ball, and I thought we shot it a lot better tonight.
Yeah, just what makes, I guess, facing a team like this that's so, I guess, dangerous on offense, what makes that difficult for y'all? I mean, 6 of LSU's players were scored 10 or more points.
Well, obviously, established program, the top 10 team, and they're very competent. I think the other thing is they have so much depth. So about the time they make a substitution, the next person coming in is just as dynamic, just as aggressive on both ends of the floor. They've got length, they've got speed, they've got experience. And so it's just they're just hard to guard no matter where they're at. And they really got loose in the transition in that third quarter. I thought in the first two quarters we guarded their sets pretty well, considering they're such a force to be reckoned with. But at the end of the day, that transition in the third quarter, the first 5 minutes really did put us in a little hole.
Coach Keiko Ball is one of the transfers that brought in kind of problems that she did build tonight.
Yeah, she was blocking shots. She takes up space, and she's hard to block out. I mean, she can rebound. She does a really good job for what Coach Mulkey needs her to do, and she executes at a really high level. She runs the floor. She's a phenomenal player in the paint for them.
How close do you think this team is to breaking through and getting that first conference win? Again, tonight, I thought in the first half that you guys controlled a lot of what happened on the floor. So how close do you feel like you guys are?
That's what I told him. I feel like in our last two outings, we've played a more of a complete game. We played 3 quarters. I keep telling him when we play 4 whole quarters, we're going to get that first win, and we're going to, I think, really have some confidence and just have a little bit of a breakthrough, which we need. It's a tough league, and we knew that. They knew that going in. But at the end of the day, I can't not. I have to give credit to my team because they are fighting. They're trying to execute. They're giving me max effort, and I thought we've executed our game plan in the last 2 games better. But like I said, when we get to 4 quarters and we have that breakthrough moment and get that first win, it'll be very refreshing.
Any other questions in here? All right, got a couple on Zoom. Ethan, go ahead.
Hey Talia, just the team had struggled in starting on road games in SEC play, but y'all changed that tonight with the way you started. Just what was different?
I think just our mindset. We wanted to be able to upset somebody. That was our goal. We wanted to be able to come in here and get a win. We've been hungry for a win, and we just felt that energy. We were hyping the locker room beforehand. We just all had that mindset. And so yeah, that's just kind of how our brain process for the game.
Yeah, and it seems like this year when the lights get kind of, the brightest in an environment like this, you kind of it brings out something in you. How much are you soaking up just these type of nights where you're playing in a place like you did tonight?
Oh yeah, this is a dream come true. I obviously haven't played here before, so it was great my last year to be able to be in a crowd like this and enjoy the game and play with some phenomenal players. It just was awesome.
And then you knocked down that three right before halftime and get y'all within three. I guess kind of what was the message at halftime? How were y'all feeling then?
Yeah, we were happy. We're like, yes, like we're only down three, and we need to continue this momentum into the second half. So it was a big shot, but we needed it, and I'm just glad I made it.
Kelsi, it seemed like, just a really good breakthrough game, maybe for Jenna, knocking down some shots. How encouraging was that for you to see her step in? And I think she got you within 13 in the fourth.
Yeah, she did. She got us right within 13. So it was a big game for her as far as she needed to make some shots. And that, like I said, that's been a focus this week, is really honing in on sharing the basketball and not hesitating. I thought even in the second quarter when we did miss a few threes, it's because we were pausing. And I told him, I mean, if we're going to shoot it, no pause. You got to be confident, follow through and don't pause. Don't look at anything else, but focus on that shot. And I thought that they really did shoot the ball with more confidence, and we shared the ball at a higher rate tonight.
Yeah, you said you wanted your team to just bring the fight tonight going into this one. You said you knew that y'all had to match their intensity. I guess from your perspective, how pleasing is that as a coach that you got that start that y'all have been wanting?
It was refreshing, like I said, I'm not ever going to discount the fight that my players put forth tonight. They definitely came out fighting. They came out being aggressive, really, trying to get on the boards and push back and try to make sure that we were in the right spot. I thought our defensive coverage was really good, especially in the first half and in the half court setting. And we did a pretty good job in transition defense. I think the downfall was that third quarter when they got those transition buckets.
And then last thing is, it looked on the broadcast after the game ended that it looked like Coach Mulkey maybe said some encouraging words. I guess just what was that conversation like after the game?
Before and after, I mean, just encouraging. She understands where we're at in our first year when you're in a build and the culture, and she's basically just encouraging me to stay the course and to not doubt what we're doing and to not doubt our coaching and understand that we'll get there and to stay the course.